people always thought you were kind of hot?
Yes.
I told my wife. Yeah, I needed her to know that, hey, look, other people think I'm cute too. But really, actually, my first reaction was just to laugh because it's kind of funny.
The site isn't very well updated, and so my understanding, and I've been doing this, I've been teaching courses, especially intro courses, since 2002. I mean, I've been doing this for more than 10 years as a grad student, as a PhD student, now here at Ball State, and that site's been around for a long time. You know, I could have gotten that chili pepper when I was a much younger man with much more hair, right?
I had actually checked his page. I was curious what the students felt about him. So I noticed that and did tease him a little bit about the fact that, he earned the chili pepper.
There may be a sense of irony there, right? That there's, it's like calling your biggest friend tiny, right? So maybe the chili peppers are given out that way. It doesn't really impact, how I teach or anything. Am I flattered? I suppose the shallow person in me, prefers to have a chili pepper than not have a chili pepper. I mean, Dr. Wheeler's probably got a chili pepper. If he gets one, I probably ought to have one, right? But it's nothing that I've put a whole lot of thought into.
No, no one said anything to me about my looks. I mean, I have a lot of stories about a lot of interactions with students. One student, she graduated a couple of years ago. She actually lived with us and watched kids, so she's kind of become a member of the family and thinks of me as a surrogate dad. And so when she found out about this, her reaction was like, ooh, gross. Because to her, it's like finding out that somebody thinks your dad's cute.
At first I thought it was kind of funny, and I was a little doubtful whether or not it was an authentic chili pepper or if somebody was just kind of teasing him. But then I thought, that it really was a good thing, and that it was, I always knew I chose the right man for me, and I think he's pretty attractive. And so it was really just kind of, reassuring that, other people thought he was a good-looking cat too.
There's not a grading rubric there. What exactly is it that's hot? Is it the attitude? I like to think there's different ways of thinking about the chili pepper. One is you can think about in just the most shallow terms that some student on the back row liked the pants I wore, right? And liked the way they fit. I like to think that part of what people find attractive is people who are excited about what they're doing, excited about, in my case, excited about what I'm teaching, exciting about what they can learn, how they can use it in life. And I hope that passion in teaching translates as things that are attractive, and that's what accounts for the chili pepper. So I like to think that it's not just my tush, right? That it's really my enthusiasm for teaching, and that's what they find attractive.
It does come up in most of my classes once people make the connection. Every now and then people don't realize, and then halfway through the semester they'll come up and they'll say, is Brandon your husband? And I nod my head and say, yes, of course, that's my man. But more times than not, we kind of have an ongoing rib fest with each other about who is the better teacher.
She told me I'm not as cute as I think I am. So it sparked a debate. So sometimes when I get ready in the morning and we're talking about does this outfit look good or not, I just let her know that at least some students in Ball State think it looks good, even if she doesn't. A little back and forth between us.
I think what you'll find is that my wardrobe is pretty limited, and I have a Monday dress shirt, a Wednesday shirt, and then my Friday jeans and dress shirt. But I just don't put a whole lot of thought into it. No.
I guess I could see how it would be awkward, but I really think it's more, fun and good fun than anything else. And actually, I've had one of my former students ask me about why my husband had a chili pepper and why I did not have a chili pepper. We briefly discussed it and came to the conclusion that I was actually the better looking of the two, and I earned my chili pepper shortly after that.
I don't find it awkward that it's there. I would find it awkward if one of my students said something to me about it, right? Because there's a line there, and you always want to maintain that line. But I think it's funny. When I was a student here, I would have loved to have something like that. And it's like everything else. When you take a class with somebody, this is the stuff you talk about. Sure, you want to know what's in the class. Sure, you want to know what the readings are like in the tests. And yes, you want to learn something. But students have now, and they've, for as long as there have been students, talked about everything else. Well, how hard are their tests? What are they like? Are they hot? I mean, at least it's real. It's funny. I think it's funny because it's real.
I think that my chili pepper is a pity chili pepper. So I don't really take any, stock in it, especially since I'd had that conversation with the student and they agreed that I deserved a chili pepper. I think that it was kind of all in good fun. They went ahead and gave it to me. I have had several students this year actually point out to me that I have a chili pepper, and I always explain to them that it was a pity situation. So I did have one student tell me not to worry, that I will someday earn it.